Hey guys, so I am doing this video review on the BVS suit. I'm sorry that the video took a little bit longer than expected. The reason is because I originally recorded this video in 4K quality. This video won't be in 4K quality because for some reason every time that I try to edit the 4K quality video, it makes my computers crash. And not just the one computer, but I've tried it on multiple and it seems to just be more of a headache. So for that reason, I'm redoing the video, and either way, with that being said, we're gonna get right into the review. So while this suit is secondhand, the quality is still holding up the texture pattern, which is really, really impressive. This is one of the main reasons why I think I really will say this. I love the Superman suit. I think that Replica does such an amazing job. I won't talk too much about the seller's experience, mainly because I didn't get this suit from the seller directly. I'm gonna save that for the other review, for the Justice League Superman suit. Which a lot of people are probably wondering, what's the difference? This is actually a darker blue to, like, you know, the BVS suit. The symbol is a little bit bigger, and you know, there's a few different details, but they're minor tweaks. And the cape is also different. But the suit, for the most part, has remained intact perfectly. I think Replica always does an amazing job when it comes to how they do everything. And the muscle suit held up very nicely. There's no wear or tear, there's no damage, there's no wearing away, really. And where there is, there's actually, like, behind here, you wouldn't be able to see it unless I took the oversuit from the undersuit. There's two separate suits. So there is the muscle suit that's underneath, and then if I pulled this off, you would see, like, you know, the chrome and everything for the undersuit. And then there's the outer suit. There is a little bit of wearing away with the silver chrome paint that they used, but aside from that, like I said before, this is not a new suit. This is an older suit. Somebody had this for a while before I did, and honestly, it looks brand new with the exception of the tear here and that one little blemish right there. So pretty much no damage. The chrome suit underneath is not just foam. Instead, what they use is it looks like it's urethane. I think that there's like a thin layer of polyurethane that goes over the foam. So it relies less on the foam, and personally, I like it. I think that that's why it holds up very, very nicely. The undersuit itself, because it's casted out of urethane, also has a little bit more detailing, so you can see, like, the vein in the arm, the shoulders and everything else. It looks more detailed. This is just straight up urethane here at the abs, so I don't, like, you're not going to really be able to see the undersuit, but it's straight up just urethane here, which honestly is nice to not have as much muscle padding, because of the fact that it really does. It gets very, very hot when you're wearing a lot of these muscle suits. The suit utilizing less padding, is really like, you know, something that makes you feel like you're fit and like you're Superman, but not over the top bulky. Despite not being fully movie accurate, the suit has, like, certain tweaks that the cinematic suit didn't use. So I'm gonna try and see if I could actually bring camera in close, because you're not gonna really be able to see it. But if you look closely, sorry guys, try to get, if you see, there's like this blue lining to separate the gold from the red. That blue lining was not, as far as I can tell, a movie thing. That was something that they added. Personally, I think I like it because it breaks up the red from the gold and it makes it pop more. The other thing is too, is that I think that they use more black in the belt right here. But for the most part, like, the modifications that he did take with the suit, seems like they were good tweaks. They were definitely good tweaks. Another thing is too, is that the muscle suit really does appear to look very realistic So because of that, it photographs very, very well. Due to there being less padding, the mobility is great. And the only thing that I will say is like, you know, something that I don't have with a lot of the other suits. You guys have seen me take a lot of bat suit pictures if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, but the bat suit is a lot hotter because you're covered from head to toe. The only thing that's really exposed is your mouth and your eyes. And with this, because you have a lot more breathable material where the padding is not all around, I think that it makes it a lot easier to maneuver and it makes it a lot easier to wear. The Superman symbol having that blue and popping, also very nice, beautiful touch right there. But the time that it took for me to get the suit, once again, I didn't get it from the seller. I got it secondhand. This is, by the way, this is the only secondhand suit that I've ever gotten. Everything else is pretty much tailor-made to me. This is the only suit that, and funny thing is, it actually fits perfectly. I mean, you can't really tell because the mannequin is a little bit taller than I am. But yeah, this suit fits perfect. Couldn't even, like, honestly, it fits sometimes even, I think, better than the suits that I did have tailor-made. The time frame that it came was less than a week. And like I said before, if you order it from the maker, never expect it to be like that. But because it was secondhand, it was very, very quickly. As a matter of fact, side note, funny story, was that I was talking with the person who was selling me the suit. I thought that there is no way that this is going to make it here before Halloween because I ordered, I think, maybe like the week before Halloween. And I was like, there's no way that that's going to happen. And it turns out that it actually got here the day before Halloween. So I managed to wear it actually the entire day. So there probably are going to be pictures in this video that you're going to see of me in the Superman suit during Halloween and whatnot. But either way, right back into the video. I felt like this is one of the best suits on its own, just sheerly because of the detailing. Like you can see the texture pattern is very detailed. I don't know if you guys saw it before. I'll probably still take, like, the camera doesn't really do it as much justice, but I'm going to definitely take close-up shots that I can use for the video as well, so that this way you guys can see it directly. But the thing is, this suit is so well detailed, and even though they made subtle changes to it, I like them. The thing is, the muscle suit not being attached to the outer suit, I don't think any of the Superman suits that are the Snyder Superman suits, they don't really come with the muscle suit detached. They're always, from what I've seen so far, whether it be Napier's, whether it be Replica, whether it be really any of the companies that I've done business with so far, they all seem like they separate the muscle suit from the outer suit, which is a really good thing because sometimes when you have to add, like, you know, fix up the muscle padding and everything, it's easy to just kind of like take it off and fix it. The other thing is too, is that because the muscle suit isn't attached, it might mean that you need to make sure that things are adjusted so that the symbol isn't centered. You might want to make sure that it is. But it also makes kind of like the illusion that the muscle suit is actually real and really your body. So I definitely like that detail. You also see the detailing in the bicep vein, as I mentioned before. You also have the striations in the shoulder that you actually have right there as well. And I think that that's something that really separates this suit and really elevates it compared to a lot of the other suits that I have had in the past. Now, personally, despite the shoulders being a little bit larger, in certain pictures, I have always tried to make my shoulders look a little bit broader. So when I'm doing editing, sometimes I don't need to, sometimes I will still do it, depending on if the angle looks weird or not. But I like that this suit, I don't have to edit the shoulders, ever, because the shoulder padding, even though it's a little bit larger, it feels like it helps the like, you know, helps my shoulders personally. The other thing is too is that you can, I think if I'm not mistaken, I've heard this from other people, that you can actually request to have less muscle padding. You can ask to have more, or the regular amount, or whatever the case is. I think that they do customize a replica. In this case, I think he had asked for less muscle padding for this suit. But you know, it definitely heightens the realism, and you feel like you are Superman when you're wearing this suit. I have not seen any person that owns this Replica Industries suit and then look not good in it. Like, I don't think that this is one of those suits that, I don't think anybody has ever looked bad in a Replica Industries suit. And I've seen a lot of cosplayers, and I've, because I had to do a lot of research to figure out which Superman suits I wanted and which ones I actually enjoyed. And I gotta tell you, I don't think that there is any person that I have seen on the internet that has worn this suit and looked bad doing it. So that's definitely, like, you know, one of the pros of the suit. It is a little bit on the pricey side, which I'm going to probably get into a lot of the cons, and that is definitely one of them. So as far as the pros go, this suit is amazing. I do love it. This is probably one of my favorite suits to wear. I do want to sit here and also tell you some of the negative sides of the suit. The first iteration of the boots, it's a little bit less stretchy at the top, so I'm going to try and see if I could actually get in more. But the lining, this is actually broken. This is from years of wear and tear though, so I'm not going to make it like it's any comment on the quality of this suit. The quality of this suit is amazing. The reason why I think that this was a problem though is because you can see there's not really much stretch to that. I think it's made out of a very, very, like, you know, stiff rubber, so it doesn't actually stretch. And the other thing is that the soles and everything, it feels more almost like a sneaker, which I kind of do like that part of it. I like that it feels kind of more like a sneaker. They also have like this zipper lining on the inside. I don't know if I'm going to be able to necessarily do that. I think I should be able to show you guys. I think like this is the first iteration or earlier iteration of the suit, but they have like a zipper right here where you can actually zip up the boot on the inside, and then you roll it up, and you know, there you go. But yeah, that's definitely one of the things. There was a little bit of wearing away, but I do feel like that's not a comment on the quality, because this suit is an old suit. It's not like it was a brand new suit that they just made. The other thing is that because of that lack of stretchiness, which they definitely improved, which I'm going to save that for a later video, but they definitely improved it. They definitely changed the rubber. So a lot of the stuff, this whole shoe sole too, they don't have that inside zipper. The older iteration has, like, you know, the sneaker feel. They feel kind of more like shoes, and they're more seamless. They're a little bit less like work boot looking, I guess. So there is a little bit of a sleeker feel to it, I think, with the newer boots. I don't think that you can see it in photos as well, but you know, you kind of see that this is really good quality work, all things considered. The suit being such a beautiful gem and so well detailed and everything, one of the cons is that it is very pricey. As a matter of fact, this is one of the most expensive suits that I own. Not this one specifically, but the other one technically is the most expensive suit. I did pay, even though that this was secondhand, this was also a pretty decent price as well. The cape is also another thing that I'm not really a big fan of. Now, the cape, now this is something that I'm not trying to really compare sellers, but other Superman capes I've had, like, they have like a rubber thing that kind of lines the bottom and then you tuck it in. Let me put the boot down. And here it's kind of like this frayed fabric. The other thing is too, and this is something, and then you kind of like tuck it in the hole slits right here. And there's also Velcro here so that the cape will stay intact and it's not just like, you know, flailing about. But the cape is not really my favorite part. As you can see here, the stitching, the frayed edges and everything, this is not really the greatest quality cape. This is definitely one of the low points of this suit. I don't know if I would say that the other cape is really any better, actually. As far as capes go, I do think that there is room for improvement. But as far as everything else goes, it's like the fraying here with the fabric. I don't know if that's from over time, but it looks like this stitching and the way that they kind of had it was a little shoddy to begin with. The other thing is too, is that, because I feel like I'm kind of like grasping at straws at times when it comes to cons, because the suit is that amazing. Or as Triple H would say, like that damn good. But while I don't hate that they have this, one of my least favorite things to kind of put on was the boots, because of the zipper near the ankle. So I did mention that earlier, that the boots not being stretchy, but that's actually another thing as well. I did not really like the zipper on the inside of the boots. As a matter of fact, sometimes they kind of made it look like you had like a weird bulge over near like where your ankle bone is, and that was always kind of an issue. Another thing that is not really the biggest deal, and I don't want to sound nitpicky, but the cape dragging on the floor. I understand that it is movie accurate. I understand that this is something that in the movies, in Man of Steel, in BVS, in all of these films, the cape drags. I feel like, personally, one of the reasons why I don't like that the cape drags is because when you spend a lot of money on a suit, and I'm not going to tell you how much the suit was, because you have to message the seller, and they'll tell you how much the suit is, and that's how that works. And I'll definitely leave a link in the description for the seller if you're trying to get in contact and you saw this suit and you wanted to actually get one for yourself. But the suit, having the cape drag on the ground, I feel like when you spend so much money, you're always very protective of it, and I feel like the cape dragging makes it where you're like, oh god, I hope that the cape isn't like dragging on like the most dirtiest parts of the ground, or like, you know, I hope that it's not getting damaged or whatever the case is. So if it was up to me, I don't think I would make it high, like I wouldn't do a Christopher Reeve style cape. But what I would probably do is I would stop it roughly at the base of the ankle. That's probably what I would do. Other than that, I think that it's, you know, not really necessarily like the biggest deal, but I think overall, I think those are the only things that I really would say kind of were negatives about the cape, or about the suit overall as a whole. I apologize. But overall, while I wrap up this review, I'm going to let you guys know this, like I said before, is one of my favorite suits out of the Batman suits, out of the other suits, which is probably why I have so many photographs of the Superman suit. Now, the reason why I would also say that this is one of my favorite suits is because it's easy to wear. I wore it all day on Halloween. I did not feel like I was dying or cooking in the suit. Another reason that I feel like it is comfortable to wear, it doesn't feel too tight, it doesn't feel too loose, it feels just right, it feels snug, but it doesn't feel uncomfortable in the way that it is. So I definitely do feel like this is a suit that I would recommend to people. I think the only thing that kind of really deters people would probably be the pricing, but it's definitely worth it. And with that being said, I'm going to bring this video to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and if you enjoyed this review, I will be uploading other reviews as well. I'm going to probably be uploading more content as well, so hit that little bell if you don't want to miss out on any of the new content that I'm putting up. And yeah.